All right, welcome everyone. I woke up so excited for today. First of all, welcome to this global healing miracle call, the Sunday inspiration call, in which we're really learning how do we apply ancient secrets in a way that not only helps us, but helps everyone we know. And today, the stories that are going to inspire you so much, create such a curiosity about, whoa, this is possible for Marcel, if this is possible for Ryan, if this is possible for Jacob, what's possible for me? This is called a love story. And yesterday, I want to acknowledge everyone that was on the beginning, the launch of the 100-day Ancient Secrets experience. Go ahead and just raise your hand if you're in that experience. All right, good. Fantastic. It was a fantastic call in which it was really beautiful. At the beginning of the call, people started by reading the opening quote of the book in so many languages in which it's completed. The opening quote, "I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you, and love will teach you." Well, I encourage you to carry that spirit over into today, because love is definitely at work here, and love is the greatest teacher. So today we have so many special treats for you, including our special musical guest joining from Azerbaijan, joining from her hometown, her mother town of Baku. She's one of the people who worked so hard to translate the book into Russian. And the first time she's bringing it to her mother country. Actually, I just want to see, Renar, are you able to come on camera even just for a moment? I know we're trying to work out the logistics of the sound.
Yeah.
Renara, yes.
Hi, guys. So I'm extremely happy that you are in 100-day course because actually I'm completely in the process. Heal yourself and heal the world. I came in my mother town, in my country where I was born, and didn't come here for years, and really came here to heal me, to heal myself from all the old memories and pain and everything I didn't want to see, actually. It was the last thing I wanted to see. And I'm very, very grateful because I'm absolutely sure 100% that the lineage of the Jivaka, Baba Ramdas, Dr. Naram played also the huge role in my healing process with the country where I was born. So I'm here. I had already 3 performances, and tomorrow it will be the 4th one and last for this time. And now I'm sure that I came back, because actually I free myself through the art, through the Sikha Veda, through the 100-day course, through the love, which actually was the biggest motivation to be the part of the community and be the member of our community. It was this deep desire to be loved, and in our community and in this knowledge, it is something concrete. It's not blah, blah, blah. It is Atiti Deva Bhava from everywhere. And the tools, what we can do with Atiti Deva Bhava and how we can be with Atiti Deva Bhava, and how it is just impossible to be practitioner or someone who transmit without healing myself. So today I am the first time I wasn't here 17 years. So it's my first performances here in Baku, and I'm more than happy to share with you the music today. Now we had challenge with the with a sound. I don't know what will happen now. For sure, I will record what I will play now. So I'm sure that it will be the solution finally to listen this music, or now or after. What is very important, it is our connection of all of us. And I would say to ask yourself, or if you know already, it is great, and just connect with that. If you don't know yet, what I want and what is my service in this world.
Renara, can I just add in a little bit while you're sharing? I am getting chills. I don't know if you're reading the comments, but my whole body is like, right now, I feel like the vibrations or the trembles of like, wow, this is a holy, sacred moment you're sharing with us. You're in your home. How many of us, even in the book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, Dr. Ram talks about 80% of our illness or sickness often comes, oh, I love it. I see people holding it up. Even if 80% of our illness comes from emotional trauma or wounding when we were children. And the fact that in translating the book, and actually, Renar, if you can read the opening quote, would you feel in that Russian? Would you read that?
Я пришел к вам не для того, чтобы вас учить, я пришел для того, чтобы любить. Любовь научит тебя.
I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. And this whole learning about the ancient secrets, it doesn't make you dependent. It makes you independent. It redirects you to the inside. Now, no one told Renara, you need to translate this book into Russian with the other great translators who worked on it. She did it because love guided her. Now, all kinds of Aditi double will happen along the way that we've talked about on previous calls, but as a result of it, she knows love has guided her to her hometown. Man, I'm going to get emotional, and not only her hometown for her own healing, but to offer service, to be there to do concerts that in channeling this healing music is not only going to help her, but so many people, and at the same time raise money for the orphan kids of Azerbaijan and orphan kids of Nepal, just doing it purely with love. In fact, for those, we put in a link in the WhatsApp group, if you guys haven't joined the free WhatsApp group, and also we'll put it in the comments to the video. She also offers, if you want to have a personalized gift for yourself or someone you love of this healing energy, you can donate 100% goes to the Ancient Secrets Foundation for the orphan kids, and she'll channel music that will give you that healing gift for yourself, and then you can listen to it over and over again. Now, on the call right now, Renar, it's so fun talking about how love guides us. And the 100-day course today is about home remedies mostly, but home remedies is not all there is. The Ancient Secrets gives us insights into deeper healing. Not only what do you do when you have your health back, but what do we do with our breath in our life when we have it? Like the question Renar is asking, what do you want? On the call right now, we have with us Ryan, who's actually the president of the Ancient Secrets Foundation. Ryan, he's in his car on his way to work out, which is actually a gift. Ryan, can you share the condition about 12 days ago? First of all, I want to share this. Last night, so mostly it's online, but then magical meetings happen. So last night, because Dr. Stephen was in Utah, we had such a magical gathering. I don't know if you can see this, but we had a super night, a super evening, Hmong soup, a beans and books night, where I gave everyone a gift of the children's book that Heidi worked so hard on. And my mom was there, and you could see people made Hmong soup so many different ways. It was so fun celebration. And I heard such miracle stories I didn't know, including Ryan. And just Ryan, I know just in a couple minutes, we're about to go to the musical item, but because you represent the foundation and what do you want, just share it just real briefly in the last 10 days. What was it like before versus now?
Yeah, sure. So I was telling Clint, so let me kind of take you back a little bit. So several months ago, I started getting a lot of joint pains. I'm a very active person. I do a lot of soccer. I play hockey. I go to the gym a lot. I try and stay very active. but my elbows were hurting, my knees were hurting, and it was just, I honestly thought I was getting like chronic joint pains. And even in my knees, I finally went to the doctor to get them x-rayed to figure out what was going on, because it would get to a point where I couldn't even walk up and down my own stairs without holding on to the rail. And there were days where I was crawling up my stairs just to get up to my bedroom. And I'm like, this can't be happening. I'm 44 years old. There's no way that my joints are so bad that this is happening to me. And so, of course, I went and saw the doctor, and he said, well, you've got really bad arthritis in your knees, and if you want to get rid of the pain, really, I can give you, you can come in every now and then and get a shot, take a lot of ibuprofen, and you're just going to have to manage it the rest of your life. And it just never sat well with me, thinking there's no way that is really the answer for the next 40 years of my life. I'm like, I'm not going to live with this. And so it just went on and on and on for months. And, I just kind of dealt with the pain and just suffered through it. Every now and then I take some ibuprofen, but I never really did anything about it. And so coming up to the new year, I was trying to figure out, okay, what do I want this year? What do I want? So every year I put an intention out for the year. I choose a word that's going to represent me for the year. And in doing this exercise, I decided I was going to get onto a program. It's called 75 Hard, if anybody has heard it. And really what it is, it's a program that does include a lot of working out, but it also includes eating a healthy diet every day. And so in choosing the diet I wanted, I decided, okay, I'm going to eat mung bean soup. I'll be honest with all of you. I eat mung bean soup on occasion, because for me, I don't want to say this very rude, but I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not a dog. I'm not going to eat the same food every single day. I'm just not going to do that to myself. I get too bored of it, right? And so, but I kept thinking, no, I got to have this mung bean soup. I've been on enough of these calls. I know the miracles that have happened to other people by going on mung bean every day. And I finally decided, all right, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm kind of at the end of the rope here with my joint pains. And so I did. And so I actually started January 2nd on this and just started eating mung bean every day, doing my program. And so with this program, I actually work out twice a day. I work out in the morning and also in the evening, which is also putting a lot of physical strain on my body. What's amazing to me, though, is my elbow joint pains are completely gone. My knee pains are almost gone. In fact, I can go out and play soccer now. I would go out and play soccer for an hour, and I would come out just crawling. And I'd only do it because I wanted to so bad. I just love getting out and playing. And, I'm playing with a lot of friends. I can go out now and play soccer for an hour and just feel great about myself. I can go up and down my stairs. I can do all these things. But the other thing I wanted to share with you guys as well is the doctor told me I had arthritis in my knee and that there was nothing I could do about it. As I started to look inside of myself and started thinking, okay, I know I can heal my body if I focus on it. And what is my body trying to tell me? And is what the doctor telling me really true for myself? And I sat with that for a long time, weeks. And it finally hit me one day. I was actually just at the gym, and I was kind of struggling with this because, I would put on knee braces and go to the gym and do some of the leg workouts. And I was listening to a podcast one day, and on the podcast, the guy said, look, I tell my clients to take off of their braces off of them, because the moment you put that brace on, it's your body telling your mind that there's going to be pain. And so you have to have that knee brace to deal with the pain. He said, what if you took it off so that knee brace wasn't the trigger of your body telling your brain that there's going to be pain? take it off and see what happens. I'm like, oh, that's a really interesting concept. So I took the knee braces off and I kept filling into it a little bit more. And it came to me, and my mind told me, you have nothing wrong with your knees. All you have to do is strengthen your knees and start eating better. And so now with my knees, every time I walk up and down stairs, what's going through my mind is you're strengthening your knee. You're strengthening your knee. Every step you take, you're just building the muscle around the knee to strengthen it so it won't hurt. Every time I work out, I think to myself, you're strengthening the muscles around your joints. If you'll strengthen those, all of your muscles, you won't have the problems you thought you had before. And also keep eating that mung bean soup because of all the different ingredients in it. It's, it's removing the inflammation out of my joints. It's lubricating them. It's strengthening me. It's doing everything that I needed to have done to my body. But now I don't have to resort to the ibuprofen. I don't have to resort to shots in my knees to deal with pain. All of those things that the doctor said I have to do, I really don't have to do. And it's all because I actually just sat inside myself and figured out what is a better way. And it came back to this, honestly, the ancient secrets. It all came back to that. And like Clint always says, how many calls does Clint start out saying, what do you want? Right? Dr. Naram always says, what do you want? I finally, had to ask myself that question. What is it that I really want? I want my pains to go away. That's what I really want. Okay, well, how are you going to do that? And then that's what took me down this journey.
Wow.
So
amazing. First of all, let's put our hands together, row them together. Ryan, send you so much love. We love you and we're with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You've inspired us so much because the ancient secrets, first of all, mung soup is a powerful recipe, but it's not just what you feed yourself here, but what you feed yourself here. How much of the day, how much of our waking hours are spent focused on what we don't want versus what do you want? And it's so fun when you focus on what do you want, how the love will guide you. If you're focused on what you don't want, anytime you're upset, irritated, frustrated, in pain, notice what you're focusing on. Most of the time you're focused on what you don't want. Just be curious, be gentle. But then Renar is going to guide us through a music on what do you want. Now, because today is about home remedies that can change your life, what if this recipe in the book that you can find on page 173, 174, what if that alone is enough? Awesome. And reminding yourself, my body is getting stronger and stronger. Now, a bunch of us were in Austin for a training. This is a little bit, I'm revealing something very personal. So please forgive me. I don't know if I should say this or not, actually. But we had this moment where Aaron was guiding us through making confessions to each other about, reasons why we may not, people may not want to work with us or be with us. Now, Ryan, when it came my turn, I was like, I have one confession to make. My confession is sometimes I get tired about talking about mung soup everywhere all the time. And then Aaron was so funny. Everyone was laughing. Aaron's like, yeah, I can just imagine God coming to you, Clint, and he's saying, Clint, I have a very important task for you. I was like, what? I have a PhD. I'm a researcher. I've won these awards. I've traveled the world. He's like, yeah, no. I have a very good recipe for a delicious soup. and then I'm like, but I'm a researcher and I could do all these things. He's like, and then God's like, but it's a very good soup, a very good recipe. So anyway, we don't know where love is going to guide us. Now, speaking of that, just one more funny thing. I have no idea who sent this, but when I got home yesterday, I flew from LA to Salt Lake. Someone has sent me this in the mail. And it says this: on the 8th day, God created mung bean. It's a t-shirt. I can't believe it. Whoever sent this to me, I have no idea, dude, but thank you for this gift of making me smile so much. And Ryan, thank you for kicking off this call, for inspiring us that what if one single secret can change your life about what you feed yourself here and what you feed yourself here. I'm excited that you're going to the gym, the pain 100% gone from your elbows, 80% or 90% gone from your knees. And the other thing is hmong soup tastes so many different ways. Last night,
Yes.
we had 4 people cook it. My mom's was there. This was made by Anji. This one, this was Jaina had brought this quinoa just so we had a little bit mix up, which was just delicious. Oops. And then this one, let's see. This one was made by Corey, and he put in it beets, which made it give it this red kind of. We're all like, "Is there tomatoes in here?" He's like, "No, it's beets." And then this one was made by this is from my mom, and then this one from Ryan. So delicious, really, really delicious. And every hmong soup can be made so many different ways. So those who are in the 100-day experience, we're going to give you some tips for how to become a master at making delicious hmong. Thank you, Ryan. And then also, Ryan, thank you for letting love guide you to be helping these orphan kids. I mean, what Renara is doing now is so purely focused in love. As president of Ancient Secrets Foundation, any message you want to share with Renara, anything that you'd like to say to her for this, just serving so purely?
I think I just want to say thank you to this community. I know a lot of you have helped out. Some of you may have donated. I know that without this community, what we're doing for these children just wouldn't be possible. And so I think I'm just more grateful for this community and all of you for helping out and making this possible. It's only because of you that all of this was possible. So thank you so much. We're honestly so excited. Clint, myself, my wife, Christina, Monica, Tony, we've been meeting weekly for about the last month and a half, almost 2 months, as we are getting ready to do some really big stuff with the foundation this year. And it's so exciting, but there's so much need out there, and there's so much need for people in this community to help as well. And so we're just so excited about what we're going to be able to do this year. But again, it's because of you. So thank you so much. We're truly grateful for this community.
You know, the other thing about letting love guide is sometimes you're not in the spotlight. You just serve from behind the scenes. And honestly, this is probably the most I've ever heard Ryan talk.
Probably.
So thank you for coming and sharing us. And thank you for letting love guide you. You didn't have to do any of this, but you're doing it because you're being guided by love. So it's so grateful for you. And I hope you have a fantastic workout today.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So beautiful. Renara, coming back to you. Wow. Any, as you hear stories like that, Renara, you're thinking about the healing that happens inside of you and how it ripples out. Because Ryan did this, how many people are going to be changed? You know, because my mom did it for herself.
That is the goal, actually. Yeah, because today we can really feel that, not just know that, but experience that. To see this changing, to see this transformation, even small. It is very important to see the small things. And you know, I mean, mostly the majority of the people even doesn't know what is it Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan, it is in Azerbaijan where today the official language is Azerbaijani, but where I studied in Russian during the Soviet Union. And so I'm really extremely touched that I'm playing now from Baku, where I learned music, where my mom and dad, they gave me this education, you know. So I really pray all the angels now to have the sound which go through all of the continents. If it's not the case, don't worry, I will record it here and to send it to Cornelia. So we will have our today what I want and what is my service. Just as for the vibrations and for the presence, there is no border. I just ask you to take some silence.
Real quick, right before we go into the silence, I just want to add in one thing because while Ryan was here, I forgot to share.
Yeah.
Ryan created such a bold vision for us for this year, or this love came to him because basically it's about becoming independent. So as Renar is playing, focus on what do you want? In fact, for those in the 100-day experience, your first challenge activity is getting clear on what do you want, because then you apply the ancient secrets to your life over the next 100 days and beyond. Now, when we're thinking in terms of the foundation, what do we want? Ryan just came up with something that was so bold, so scary, so perfect. He's like, by the end of this year, he wants to raise over $2 million for the orphan kids in Nepal, for the Ancient Secrets Foundation, for the reason that then instead of spending capital, it becomes an endowment. And from the interest, the kids can be helped indefinitely. So when Dr. Ram passed on, they were left alone. I don't want that same thing to happen if I leave or anyone leaves. We want to create something so they're supported indefinitely. And I got so excited by this. And I know it's possible. We haven't happened yet. So what if your goal is bold and maybe a little bit scary and exciting? In the space where Renar is going to be playing it, don't limit yourself saying, oh, that is possible, that's not possible. Don't get into that mindset. Dr. Naram said, he said, just focus, let your heart dream. What do you want? Not about what someone else wants for you, not about what you think is possible, but what do you want? Okay, beautiful. Going back to you, Renara.
And enjoy. I am enjoying.
Yeah. All right, so now Atiti Devo Bhava, treat the unexpected guest as if God himself or herself has come. The music may or may not come through, but close your eyes and listen to the music in your heart. In the email and whatever we send afterwards, we'll send you the pure recording. But right now, go into a little bit of silence. She's going to go into silence and feel the music inside your heart, and we'll listen to this beautiful experience inside of you.
Put the headphones, please. And I just ensure you that even you don't hear the music, you will feel the vibrations and you will have the music in good quality, okay? So first of all, silence, connection, completely trust, and music coming for all of us, for each of us, and for the universe.
Renara, do you want me to spotlight people, or should we close our eyes and go inside on this one?
It's up to you, just the better it is, the headphones.
Yeah. Normally, sometimes we'll spotlight people, but in this particular case, I invite you to close your eyes, be in the silence, and go inward and listen to the music of your heart. What is, Gary says, what is your heart song? What do you want?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what food it was there. someone, someone heard that.
You're getting a lot of love in the chat. Munera from Saudi Arabia says, love it. Jody Curtis, beautiful, Renara. Aparna, loved it. Very relaxing. Jill, it was fabulous. So much love. More from Morgine and so many others. And what I love about it is it gives us a chance to practice. What about in life when things don't work out perfect? Does it mean we have to get upset? Does it mean we have to get annoyed? Does it mean we have to focus on the problem? Or we can focus on where's the gift in this? What is the divine coming through, and focus inside? Now, I'm sure we're all excited to hear the recording, so I'm so glad you also got it on your phone. But Renara, thank you so much for giving us the gift today of bringing this, your healing journey, that love has guided you to your home. You know, so many of the stories that I've heard during the Miracle Experiment experience and the 100-day course, sometimes people heal relationships that have been long time broken or wounded. And it's one of the most sacred things. We think we're healing our body, but really our mind, our emotions, our soul wants to be aligned with love, aligned with our purpose. So everyone, as you are thinking about what do you want, we're going to go in a breakout room in a moment. We'll go into breakout room after 2 more shares where you're going to have a chance to really reflect on that. During that musical gift Renara gave us from her home city of Baku in Azerbaijan, a country maybe you didn't even know existed before today. Give us this gift with love. What did that move in you, in your heart, in your soul about what do you want? So again, let's put our hands together and just so much love, Renara. We love you and we're with you. I'm going to see if I can share. I don't know if you guys can see my gallery view or not, but just showing the view of all the people from all over the world that have been touched and blessed by your music. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Renara. Beautiful. And we wish you and all that come to the charity concert tomorrow and during your whole time there to be cocooned in this bubble of light and love and possibility, that whatever happens, Atiti Devo Bhava will be the mantra of knowing that it's just such a gift because love clearly guided you there. All right. Anything final you want to say, Renara?
I mean, it is no words, Clint, what I'm living here these 10 days. I mean, each concert and each performance, it is deep healing of each cell. And especially yesterday, it was, oh my God. And, but I really so thankful because the lineage was one of the biggest role that I heal this part in myself, this wound, which I didn't want touch until now. So I'm happy to do that, and to be here.
Well, I'm putting
it is not comfortable, not at all.
Yeah.
But as Dr. Naram said, in the biggest challenge, there is the biggest opportunity and benefit. So it is truth. It is absolutely truth. Yeah.
Well, Renara coming as a more pure channel than ever, offering this personalized musical gift. If you want, you just set it up online through ancientsecretsfoundation.org. I put the link in the chat again. Sonia, I see you raised your hand. Would you like to share you have something you want to share? So, Sonia Jimenez,
oh,
did you?
Sorry, no, I did not raise my hand.
Oh, so okay. It was just anything. What's your reaction as you hear Renara's story and her music?
It was beautiful. It touched me deeply. Yes, thank you very much.
Oh,
it allowed me to go deep within myself and access and really focus on what's coming, what's happening currently, why I'm here. It's just validating everything. And the part at the very end, I don't know if it was just a riff for you, but it was very exciting. I could feel the aliveness right at the end. Very fun. So thank you.
Me too. At first I started having tears and then the sound went off and it was just silence and I just heard my heartbeat. And then I'm like, whoa, I'm here. It presenced me so much. And then the music came back and went away and came back and went away. And it just felt to me like the unfolding of our lives in this community and these ancient healing. It goes deeper and deeper, where whoever you think you are, what if it changes? What if your identity shifts and you realize that more things are possible than you ever imagined? And what if on planet Earth right now, changes are going to happen, and it requires us to shift who we are in perspective. You know, whatever happens on this planet, what if we can say, I'm here for a reason, and I have gifts to share, and I'm a part of the solution, and to be flexible and curious and coming from love. And I could tell, Sonia, from your sharing that it feels like that's where you're coming from. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Beautiful. Renara, thank you so much. We have one more share. Nehemiah wanted to share something. Then we're going to go to two powerful stories. Marcel and Jacob. They're going to share such powerful, how they used home remedies to bless people they love. But first, Nehemiah, you have something you want to share from your heart?
Yes, yes. First, I want to know if you can hear me well, because I had some problem with it. Okay.
We can hear you, yeah.
First to you, Renara. I got plus, besides the relaxation, I got a Russian experience. It's very strange. Even though your music is beyond culture, there was a Russian thing that I could hear. And it's come from my background, because when I was a child, we had a democratic socialism in the kibbutz. It was good. It has a problem, but it was good. So we admire. And I've always hear in the Russian music and the culture. I visited Moscow recently, a couple of years ago. I hear the sadness, the longing for love. And I heard it underlined as well, because it wasn't Russian music, but there was something there that I could hear. And then what I want to share for myself quickly is getting what you want. I wanted to bring you to New York, my friend, yeah?
Yeah. With Dr. Steven.
But people come here to the meeting and they don't connect, because it's for them, it's rah-rah, they don't have the experience, yeah? So one of them, we have some experience of, we worked it out, he gave 10 books. So we gave the 10 books, but we did it smart, because when you want to get it, you don't get through the door, you go through the window or through the chimney and clean yourself and get there, because you know what you want. So what we did, we offered 10 books for free with a bonus. They can look at the index and look for their sickness and send it to Andrea, who knows the index.
Yeah.
And then get the sickness, and then they can get also a session with Steve, which is my favorite.
Yeah. So Nehemiah is
I just finished.
He sent this email out to his whole email list, offering 10 books for the first 10 people who contact him.
You know how many people contact in 5 minutes?
Yeah. How
15.
many?
15. And you know what happened after
5
that?
minutes.
Yeah, what happened after that? And usually they don't answer to my email. So many people clicked, and then most people knew by now it's too late, but still today it's coming 20 some. So I'm getting here something. People, my phone number is 646-379-1550. If you want to donate the next 10 books or even 20 books, we have a place for them. 646-379-1550. What do you want? You go for it. If not through the door, through the window. If not through the window, through the chimney, clean yourself and get it, you know. Yeah. If you know it's aligned with God, not selfish, you know.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Nehemiah. It's so beautiful. What a beautiful
and you don't know yet, but I want you to come in the end of June or in the end of May, and I'm going to check.
Good. We're going to work out a way that with Dr. Steve, we can be there. Thank you, Nehemiah, so much. Thank you. So much love to you. Let's put our hands together. Nehemiah, we love you and we're with you. So beautiful. I didn't know he was going to do this. I didn't know he was going to offer this gift, but it's so beautiful. Thank you so much. Now, time is a little tight. I want to share one more time. So last night while we were with Dr. Steven, first of all, how does love guide Dr. Steven? Love guides him not just to be so strict all the time, but love guides him to go ski. So he's actually volunteers with him and his dog Hank as ski patrol, but he came to Utah to ski with his son, who's amazing. It's so fun to meet his son. And then he organized this thing where my mom, Jana, so many people came. And it was just so beautiful, the gathering and the love. Corey is the one who actually hosted it at his office manager's home. And it was just really beautiful. And there I met some of the people in the original 100-day course, including Justice, Yosef, who always volunteers, and Marcel. And it was so fun. Marcel shared his story, and I wanted all of you to hear. So Marcel, are you there? And oh yeah, there we go. Fantastic. Let's see if you can unmute yourself here. There we go. Can you hear me, Marcel?
I can. Thank you very much for having me, Doctor.
Oh, good. Fantastic. Sorry about that, Marcel. I just think you'll have to speak a little loud.
Can you hear me now?
It's just so quiet. Let's do this. What if I, no, I can't hear you. Maybe unplug it and let's see, maybe directly from the device, if it works any better.
It should be working pretty good by now.
Oh, there, that's much better.
There we go. Awesome. Thank you very much for inviting me, Doctor. I really appreciate it. It's great.
I want you to share because you're part of the 100-day experience, but just learning the home remedies from the book and other things, you never know whose life it's going to bless. And just the story about your mother and the other people you're meeting is so profound. Just want you to share that just in brief.
Yes. Yeah. So I started the 100-day course 2 years ago. Studied, and the story goes is I actually had a little random rash skin flare up on my hand. So I used one of the remedies in there, which I'll share here in the chat. And it went away within a day. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This actually works. This is so cool. And it made me think of my mom because she always suffered from eczema her whole entire life. It would, it's a roller coaster, sometimes really bad, sometimes lighter, but it would always come back. And so I asked her, she was really into what I was doing, and I gave her two simple recipes. That simple recipe is black pepper, turmeric, ghee, hot water. Drink that in the morning instead of coffee or something like that. So she used, and the other one has neem in there, which is so many great skin benefits and everything else for the rest of your body. And so she tried it. She did it for about 5 days or a week, and her eczema actually just disappeared. She's like, oh, this is amazing. And of course, like most people, she stopped drinking it. And then about a week later, her eczema ended up coming back. And so what I was thinking, what I was learning through that 100-day course is, yes, this home remedy worked for her, went in there and it cleaned her up, but she still had some things in her system creating these effects, and she just needed to clean herself out. So I convinced her to try to do the Moonbeam Challenge. She said, I'll do it for 7 days. I'll do it. I'll give it a shot. And so she did the Moonbeam Challenge for 7 days. And the amazing thing is being able to clean her body out, clean all the out, and nourish all of her organs and her skin or what she was deficient of or was too excess of, was able to clear all that out. And after she got done with that, her eczema is gone and has never returned. And it's almost been 2 years to the date. So
yeah.
That's the story in a nutshell.
That is awesome. Who wants with someone you love that was struggling with a problem their whole life, and it's your mother? Yeah. To see that you learned the ancient secrets, a simple home remedy, and then the diet secret that makes it so the problem goes away completely. What satisfaction, what joy. Who wants to see that happen for someone you love? I just want to see, yeah. Now, every case is different, and Dr. Am said that a lot of it depends on what is the block and where does it come from? And so that's why, to customize your experience, there's all kinds of possibilities to have individual consultations, which we'll talk more about and give an opportunity about. But Marcel, it wasn't just for your mom. First of all, how did that feel inside of you, knowing you did that?
It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, that I was able to share this and give people a better quality of life.
Yeah. And it wasn't only for your mom, but now you meet all kinds of people all over the place, in the hot tub, other places. They have some digestion problem, some skin problem, some sleeping problem. You give them home remedies and they're like, actually, that really helped. It's like you become powerful, a force of healing. I mean, you already were, Marcel, but this is just putting one more tool in your toolbox, in which you're everywhere you go, there's contagious healing.
Most definitely. Joint pains. And thank you, Ryan, for that share. That was amazing. That was just that much more, just even inspiring, because I still always keep the Ancient Secrets book with me, my journal with me that I did from the 100-day course, and always run into people. And if they're willing to give it a shot, it's amazing the results that they have. And I'm so grateful for you, Dr. Clinton, your purpose and your mission, and being able to give this and spread this to the world so we can just give this to everyone else, and everyone can live a better quality of life so they can share the love that they've got in a positive manner.
Yeah, it's so powerful. I love hearing your stories. And why not? We always give medical disclaimers. So if you have a medical challenge or situation, always visit with your medical doctor. But if you want to experience vibrant health, unlimited energy, and peace of mind, why not do an experiment and try a home remedy with ingredients in your own kitchen? So if you can put in the chat also the remedy for what you had talked about. But thank you so much, Marcel, for sharing that. Talking about sleep there, even last night at the event, it was so beautiful, all the different people that came. But one of the really powerful gentlemen who's doing such amazing stuff in his business. He's an inventor. He's invented stuff a lot of us knew, and also helping over 5,000 students in Congo become independent, with self-dependence. And he's like, one thing I still need work on is sleep. And it was so beautiful to get a message from him this morning after last night, just being in the presence of the people and eating the Hmong soup. He's like, I don't know what happened, but last night I slept 8 hours. Beautiful. And so there's a home remedy we put in the email. That's what home remedy for sleep. And then there's one other thing I want to share with you too, because I'm so excited that this is now available. And before Dr. Naram left his body, Gary was in India with me doing a panchakarma, and we actually brought Dr. Ram into the recording studio. And on the website for ancientsecretsfoundation.org, when you go into music and audio, you can see here's where you get the personalized gift from Renara if you want it. The Lotus Collection has the Unstoppable track, but here's the new one, Deeper and Deeper Meditation. You listen to this right before you go to sleep, and I'll copy this and paste it for you just so you can access it. What if from listening, not just what you feed yourself here, but what you feed yourself here that makes a difference. Even being on these calls, I feel like is part of the healing because it shifts conscious mind, subconscious, and superconscious. I don't know if you feel that way too, Marcel, but just hearing the stories over and over again, you're like, why don't I try that? I mean, look at Ryan's case, how long it took him to actually do it. He's known me for a long time, but after hearing story after story after story, you start to think, maybe on the 8th day, God really created Hmong as a gift for us all. Now, every case is individual, so we'll make sure that you get a link where if you want to book an individual consultation, you can, but why not do an experiment? Try the home remedy for sleep. Try the home remedy for skin. Thank you so much, Marcel, for that. I'm going to go to Jacob right now. Jacob, let's see if he's right here, ready to go. He was also one of the participants in the 100-day experience and has so many powerful cases of people he's helped. He joined the 3-year practitioner training, the 3-year path practitioner training. Jacob, just launch into it because it's so inspiring. I'm going to get loaded the pictures, but incredible.
Yes. I have incredible stories. And these are just 2 of the main stories, but every day I come up with something new, something different from my clients because I'm a practitioner. I'm here in San Diego, California, and been doing this alternative healing wellness center for many, many years. And although I always were able to get better or do something better for the clients, it took a while. It took a lot of time and a lot of appointments for them to reach transformational levels. And not all the people have the means to it or the time. And so later, after the 100 days and going through the 3-year path practitioner program, I started learning things and I started applying things. And one day, a person showed up. It was a client of ours. They came here to the wellness center for stress relief, and she showed up with a diagnosis through a biopsy of a cancer, breast cancer. And everybody at the center was freaking out. It was like, oh my God, we don't touch cancer clients. We don't want the liability. We don't want to deal with this. And I tell them, you know what? Now I'm not afraid of anything. Anyway, we're not making promises. So let's give it a shot. And I talked to her and I explained her the situation. And I told her, well, now I'm working with this other company in India. They have all these different alternative things. I hear a lot of amazing things. I experience a lot of amazing things. Why don't you give it a try? Synchronicity happens, and I was having a pulse clinic here with Dr. Ronak on his American tour back on June, I think it was, June, July. And so sure enough, she came to the appointment, got her pulse reading, got her remedies, her diet, her MARMA points, everything. And she went all in. She was doing everything as suggested. And she was coming to the center to work on the emotional side of things. And then a few months later, by August, at the end of August, she went into surgery and they got it removed and sent it to the lab and came back negative. No longer traces of cancer in the thing that they removed from her, in the tumor they removed from her. I mean, just imagine that. I mean, it was, for me, it was like, whoa, I mean, I produced results, but I never produced results this fast.
Is it okay if I share the text messages?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to share it. Jacob sent me this, and just to actually see
it's now, in Spanish.
Yeah, now she speaks Spanish. Yeah, which I love. Now the book is in Spanish. What if practitioners who can speak every language on the planet? Well, that's why I love the Path Practitioner training. People now in so many places with the book in so many languages, getting more confidence. And I love what Jacob said about, now I don't have any fear. Man, that's so powerful. And we're not making any promises. That's also important. And people fill out the medical disclaimer, but what if it can go away? And these messages I'm just going to show you. Maybe you can read it in Spanish and then just translate for us who don't speak Spanish, Jacob.
Sure, absolutely. I can do that. The first message is just giving me information that they're gonna go for the biopsy, and then now they find something on the other breast as well, and she's like concerned. And I said, well, that's okay. We're still gonna go through the program, and so on and so forth. And then on the next one is when she sent me thank you. You can read right there. Gracias, because it says it become back negative. It was like so happy. And of course, I shared this with Dr. Ronak, the people in Ayur Shakti, and with some of the team members in PATH, because it was incredible. So now.
Yeah, and I just want to be clear, we're not making any claims about anything, but what if your body is the best healing machine that exists? What if everything is inside of you? You just have to remove the toxins and it can rebalance itself and remove blocks. And when I saw Dr. Naram at first helping so many different conditions, when in the West, people focus on like ENT, their ear, nose, throat specialists. And I see Dr. help someone with some ear, nose, throat thing, and then he helps someone with something about digestion, and then he helps some child that has autism, and then he helps someone else that has something I never even heard of, and then skin. I'm like, how does he help so many people? And in my own arrogance, I projected it on him. I said, he must be so arrogant, think he can solve any problem. And that was my arrogance projected. But what if there's something magical inside of you called this machine of your body, your mind, your spirit? And when you feed yourself here and you feed yourself here certain things, one thing Jacob did for this beautiful woman was he gave her hope. He gave her a possibility. He gave her an opportunity. He didn't give her a promise, a guarantee. The other thing with the ancient secrets, it's not a quick fix. It takes time. It takes discipline. So we can't promise for anyone. The question is, what do you want? And then giving you a path in which that possibility exists for you to take your own steps on that healing journey. And Jacob, I just want to acknowledge you as a practitioner. First of all, many practitioners are already so crowded with what they already know. But you said, no, I want this additional tools in my box. And it gave you confidence that you can help more conditions than you otherwise previously could. And then you're doing it. And then when it comes to patients that come, clients that come, awesome. But when it's your own family, wow, it's so good. I'm going to share this picture and maybe you can share this story about what happened with your mother. And then after Jacob shares, we're going to go into breakout rooms focusing on what do you want. But Jacob, please share this story. This is so cool.
And just quickly to finish with the first case, the doctors and the family were so impacted by the situation, they still push her to do the chemo, afterwards. And she was like, I don't want to do it. I'm okay. And then we went ahead with Dr. Ronak, and Dr. Ronak said, oh, no problem. We can help her to detox from that as well. So What I explain to my clients is that this is more about getting a manual, an owner's manual of your body. Because basically this is what they do, you know, in Ayush Shakti with Ancient Secrets, is just learning the things that are good for you, specifically for you, and the things that are harming you. And that kind of like clicking with the people, you know, and it helps a lot. I don't use the terms from Ayurveda because I lost them. At the beginning, I was trying them and I lost them all. But I just talk to them about, you know, this is about learning. What do you need to eat and how do you need to eat in order for you to heal, you know? Second case is even closer to home because it's my mom. My mom experienced psoriasis, arthritic psoriasis or psoriasis arthritis. There's a combination of arthritis and psoriasis, of course. And she had it for the last 20 years. And as a practitioner, we don't live in the same city. I'm in San Diego, California. She's in Los Angeles. But still, you know, I was doing remote consultations with her often and helping her trying to solve the situation. And the most that I was able to do was to contain it, to don't keep it advancing more, and to help her get rid of the pain, because she's also into natural things and natural remedies. So she don't like to take medication for anything. And we've been dealing with this for years. I cannot tell you how many years I stepped in, probably 7, 8 years since I started working with her. And seasons like cold seasons, it was worse. And when the heat is too strong, the skin was also getting very bad, and so on and so forth. On my desperation, I told her, you know what? Just trust me one more time. Go through this system, you know, and see what happens. And she was complaining with me every single day that she didn't like the soup and she didn't like this and it's not tasteful enough and so on and so forth. But she was doing it and take and of course she got the prescription.
I just want to see who has ever tried to share the ancient secrets with someone and they were not interested. I just want to see someone. Yeah. So we can definitely relate to that. Now, even when someone's in so much pain, now he's describing psoriatic arthritis. If anyone has that, or you know someone with that, it is horrible. I know Munera could talk all about, you know, what happens when your body shuts down. And not only that, but when your skin starts to eat away. Can you describe these pictures real quick, Jacob, that I'll show? Just 1 second.
Sure.
How long did she have this situation for?
20 years.
20 years.
You know, everything starts with a little thing and then starts expanding and expanding and expanding. And it's actually on her both legs, on her back, and it was all over her body. And of course, with this, it's also the emotional situation, right? Because it's like you feel ashamed, you feel like, you know, you don't want to use shorts or go to the beach or miss a lot of her life because you feel shame about how your body looks. Yeah. And so she's been dealing with this for many, many years. We started working with the herbs. She was complaining about the price of the herbs. She went to local stores trying to find the herbs for less price, but she still ordered them and went through it and went through the diet. And I was just sharing my ear for her to vent all her frustrations. And then eventually I call her and it's like, how are you? And I'm used to, I have pain. It's like 1 to 10 is I'm on 3, on 4, on 2, on, you know. And she eventually say, I don't have any pain. I was like, oh my God, since when? Since yesterday. Oh, good. Then on Wednesday, how are you, mom? And it's like, I haven't experienced any pain in 3 days, you know. And little by little, we start going until it was 6 months, you know, without any pain, joint pain because of the arthritis. And then the psoriasis started getting better. She also does other treatments, you know, but she's been doing all those other treatments forever, you know, acupuncture and stem cells treatments and all that stuff. But now they were working. Now she was getting everything solved. And if you show the last pictures are just impressive, because she was able to heal all that, and she haven't gone through the detox because she don't like the diet. So this is the before.
This one is before, and this is after.
And this is the after. You can see the scar tissue, still, because the skin is getting revealed, but it's no longer have these patches. She no longer have the itching, and she feels very happy. So now we also have the emotional thing as a contribution for her healing, because it's a matter of everything, and like I said, this is so many things.
How young is your mom? What's her age?
My mother is 76
years young. And imagine at 76, when you've had a problem for 20 years, and then you see it healing. In the book, there is a specific home remedy for skin. I know Marcel had talked about that and used it. We'll make sure we post it where you can find that in the chat. But what an amazing experience. I saw Munera. I don't know if you can just come on for a second, but Munera, are you joining from Saudi Arabia, or are you in Dubai right now? I lose track of where you are. Oh, can you unmute yourself, Munera? Oh, just one second. I just want to make sure we hear.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. She has her own amazing story. The before and after blood reports that talked about rheumatoid RA factor being, what was it before versus your reports? Do you remember the numbers?
It was around 52 or 53, and then it dropped to 6.
Yeah. When it was 52 or 53, the doctor said there is no cure. There is no hope. We're just going to maintain your pain level, and hopefully it doesn't get worse. And as a side effect, you might not have kids and all this other kind of stuff. And Munera was like, I don't want to accept that as my reality. And she was actually—
And it was getting worse, by the way.
Getting worse. Yeah. So much that I had to have a home nurse take care. And when you're young, especially any age, but then the prayer that you offered, Munera, and then the things that unfolded in your openness to try a new solution, then to see that it went from 53 to 6 on her own blood test, her own blood reports. And she wanted to bring back to the doctors and said, you said it wasn't possible, but look, what is possible? And the fact that you
Dr.
did—
Naram was my first phone call. Remember, you guys were, when I got the test results, when it dropped to 6, you and Dr. Naram were the first phone call. Before I even called my parents, you were the first 2 that I called. And that's when I met you guys in Berlin.
Yeah. As a result, Munera, contagious healing all over. The first time that I went to Saudi Arabia, she actually hosted a pulse clinic, and I thought I was just going to see her grandma. Dr. Ram couldn't go at the time, so he sent me. And instead of just seeing her grandma, then all of a sudden everyone found out we're there. We did this beautiful clinic with so many people, and I'm already looking forward to go back, But thank you, Munera. When you hear, first of all, Jacob shares so honestly about his mom's not interested. I thought about you because you're trying to help so many people, but sometimes people don't want to know. And also every soul has its own journey. How can we say that the pain isn't one of the greatest teachers, that there isn't some gift in that, but we can let them know it's an option. We can let them know it's a choice. And then we can be patient and loving them as they are, where they are, until the time is ripe that they say, okay, like Ryan, okay, now I'm going to do this. When you hear Munera, Jacob share the story about his mom, anything that comes to you, any reaction that you have?
I relate to his mother a lot. I think the difference is that I was willing to go all the way to heal. Like when I first started the journey, I did not meet Dr. Naram. It was only a phone call. I just talked to him on the phone. And then when things got better for me, that's when we traveled and met you all in Rome and with Dr. Giovanni. And that's when my journey started. I have some comments in the comment section, and people were like, how, it's impossible to jump from 53 to 6. That didn't happen overnight. I understand that a lot of people are going to go like, it doesn't make sense. We have the papers and the results. Nothing happens overnight. I started the herbs that Dr. Naram sent me first with the diet 3 months prior. And then I did 3 months detox in India. And then I went back to Saudi Arabia and I continued to give myself 100% and do the herbs and the diet. So I was, all in all, like I committed for a little bit over 6 months. And that's how it really jumped from 50 something to 6. So that didn't happen overnight. And people really
I
need
just
to
put in the
know.
chat, there's a YouTube video where basically when we were teaching, Dr. Alma, we're teaching these doctors in Berlin. We had a course, and Munera flew in and she started sharing her story. And if you want to hear the full story, I just put it in the chat for everyone because it's so worth hearing. And so thank you, Munera. We need to go to the next section, but I'm so glad you're here. And what Jacob, I just want to come back to you for a second, Jacob.
Sure. Oops, I lose you because I was on the chat.
Yeah, I know it's so many messages to read, but thank you.
I know.
Thank you for being an example. Oh, I don't know why, but the camera. Oh, there you go. Thank you for being an example. Thank you for being an example of applying the ancient secrets, living it yourself, seeing the results, and then the contagious healing is happening. You know, I see even on this call, you know, right now in the 100-day experience, I thought maybe 80 to 100 people would register, but we have over 180 people from more than 24 countries. What if in this 100 days, we do something so powerful for ourselves that we can get the mindset like Jacob, that whatever is the problem that comes, we have no fear. We just see a possibility. Dr. Ram, actually, one of the most powerful quotes, he says, whatever is your heartache, your obstacle, your challenge has within it the seeds of equal or greater benefit. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Marcel.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Renara. Thank you, Munera. Thank you, each of you, for showing up and saying, yes, I want to do this experiment. It's different from anything I've heard in the past. I know, Munera, when your dad and everyone heard, and, you know, sometimes people have stereotypes about India or whatever, but just says, okay, let's try it. And sometimes desperation is the good teacher as well. You know, for me and my father, that was one of the things that pushed me beyond being a skeptic into this world that we see these kind of, looks like a miracle, happen all the time, but it's based on a science, an ancient science that's learnable. And what is going to happen on planet Earth in the next years, we don't know. But what if you create an emergency kit with some of these remedies? And, you know, today when we sent out the email and we talked about how this would be ancient secrets for sleep. Now, technically, we talked about the audio track, but we didn't share any remedies for sleep. But what if, like Renara, you heal those emotional wounds from when you're a child? What if, like Marcel and Jacob, you help your mother live a better life? What if, like Munera, you know, all of a sudden you're able to see pain that in the blood tests goes into where it shows she does not have that problem. She doesn't define herself by that problem anymore. She cannot say, I have arthritis, because even her blood test says it's not there. What if all those things happen? Aren't you going to sleep better? You know, aren't you going to have more peace in your heart? So the healing happens on so many layers. At the same time, I want to make sure that you do an experiment. If you're curious about sleep and you want to do an experiment, and this is what I would say for all of us, be like a researcher, like Jacob, and do an experiment. So I put in, if you want to do an experiment for sleep, this home remedy I just put in the chat, and I'll put in the comments on the Facebook Live as well. Why not do an experiment? Dr. Ram says the quality of your life depends on the quality of your sleep. If you're sleeping good, then all of a sudden your body can regenerate and heal of the things Jacob talked about, the things Marcel talked about. It's one of our greatest medicines, is very beautiful sleep. Jacob, anything final you want to share before we go to the breakout rooms?
To take the opportunity, guys, and learn about your body and show with your own example to the people around you, and then they're gonna become believers, you know. And like Dr. Naram said, or just to say, you know, it's just about waiting for the people to ask for help. You know, it took a while for my sisters to join the tribe, but now I have everybody on detox, everybody's on moon soup, and everybody's doing it, right? And so it's just a matter of allowing things to happen and just trusting. And in my case, I'm using all this as complement. You know, it's a very powerful complement of what I was already doing, and it becomes extremely powerful.
Yeah, I love that too. Even I've talked to many people who get diagnosed with cancer, and even Dr. Ram, he would say, I'm not telling you not to do any of the other stuff. I'm not telling you don't go for surgery, don't go for chemo, don't go. It's in your choice, you choose. But at the same time, why not do something that can remove the toxins from your body? With lots of these surgeries for fibroids or cancer, when they cut it out, it grows back because you didn't address the core issue, why it grew in the first place. So what if at the same time as you do whatever else, you complement it with ancient secrets? And then for some bold people on their own choice, they says, okay, let's do the ancient secrets first. Give myself some times as an experiment and see what happens. I'm just so grateful, Jacob. I see Munera, you raised your hand again. I want to give you a chance to share. Yeah, please. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jacob. First of all, let's all send Jacob so much love for inspiring us. So powerful, Jacob. Love you, and we're with you. All right, Munera.
Yeah, hi, can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is, because I did the first 100-day course and I met a lot of beautiful people and I'm still in touch with them. And because I'm getting a lot of direct messages here and I cannot reply to everyone, but Dr. Clint, if you can share my email with everyone. So because there's a lot of questions, and I just want to say that since we started the 100-day course, there were some people texting me on WhatsApp privately. They needed emotional support, and I was doing my best to give them that. And I've had a lot of people also say that they wanted to go to India, and they were asking me a lot of questions because I stayed a lot, in Ayush Shakti. I stayed for 3 months, so they had a lot of questions about my experience there. And I don't want to mention names because I don't know if this is a private matter for them. If they want to share their names, they can go ahead. But one of them a year ago was like, I want to go to India, I just don't know how. And he had a lot of obstacles, and he's in India now. When he texted me from there at Ayush Shakti doing the detox, and I was so happy, and I was really proud of him, and that he took that step. And
I put Munera's email there. And I also, if you're interested in going to India, you can email team@myancientsecrets.com. We can give you details. It's fully booked, so it's difficult. We're also in March doing a home detox, like we've talked about on the call, either 7-day or 30 days. And you can email team@myancientsecrets.com. We'll give you more details. I also put your email. Munera, you're amazing to offer that. And we do need support. We're not individuals. We're individuals, but when you have support of others, it makes such a big difference. That's why this community coming on these calls is so important. So I want to make a challenge to everyone here. For the next 100 days, every Sunday, we're going to be offering some of the most valuable content. I'm doing it as if this is the last 6 months of my life. I'm hoping I live a long time, but if I don't, I don't want it to end with me. So I'm going to give my 100% in these Sunday calls and give you the best things possible. The Saturday training calls, they're private for people only in the 100-day experience, but Sunday calls, invite your friends and family. If we invite one person each, then the next call, it doubles, and then it doubles, and it doubles, and we have no idea how much healing can come from that space. Imagine if all of my friends and family heard Jacob's story, Marcel's story, Munera's story, how their hearts would change. So we're going to have fantastic music, inspiring story. We're going to keep the calls to an hour and a half. So at the beginning part is usually an hour, then we'll go into breakout rooms, because the breakout rooms is where some of the most magical things happen. And then this support, the emotional support that you're talking about, Munera, becomes possible, that people get courage that, okay, if Munera did it, I can do it. And she's here to hold my hand, walk me through it. You're not alone. We'll say, how in the US they had something called No Child Left Behind for a while. This is no adult left behind. Okay. Everyone that has the burning desire is not going to be left behind. Now, the timing could be different. The results can be different. Some of the cases you've heard are exceptional, but like Munera, she was so disciplined. So it depends on, are you giving 100%? And then giving it the time, the patience, and allowing the lessons to come. So you not only change your diet, the home remedies, but also some mental food that can help heal you on emotional levels. And we're going to have some fantastic surprises for you in the space that we've never done before, that I'm so excited about. So thank you, Munera, for offering that with so much love. All right, beautiful. We are going to go into breakout rooms right now, but of course, I see Luke, you have your hand up. You have some short comment or something you want to share? Or
very, very, very short, but I'm inspired by it. It's a little healing miracle thing that's happening right now in this moment. Nothing compared to what we've heard, but even small healings are wonderful. So whenever I'm starting to not feel well, sniffles or whatever, I always drink the immunity drink. It always helps. So this morning I've been having sniffles, but also for some reason, my whole body's been jittery. I just could not calm down. So I'm drinking the immunity drink right now that I made 10 minutes ago. And what I discovered is it has calmed me down. I feel like every cell in my body is just going, and I didn't realize that before, but I've gone from being jittery to drinking this, not even finished, and it's like everything is just settled down and so calm. So even little miracles like that are so helpful. Now I know whenever I'm feeling jittery and I just can't seem to calm down, have the immunity drink, and it just helps immediately.
Yeah, we call it, instead of side effects, we call it side benefits. When you help one area like immunity, it helps every area. And then you'll notice when you have less jitters, what happens with sleep. Luke, I love that you shared that. The breakout rooms are magical places where so much can happen. You just trust. You're in that room with those people for a reason. The question in this call is, what do you want? What do you want? Now, hearing all these stories, maybe your expanded mind believes more is possible. So even you'll dream in a different way. Your heart you'll be able to hear your heart when before you were numbing it. What if in the space someone asks you the question, what do you want? And it surprises you what words come out of your mouth. And maybe as the call comes, you're like, oh, what do I want? What do I want? No problem. Dr. Ram, he says 95% of people don't know what they want. But in the space of someone asking the question with love, you never know what magic can happen. So we're going to go into the breakout rooms in a moment in which you'll have a chance to explore. And you can stay in the breakout rooms for as long as you want. I encourage you to go, even if it's just for a moment, because when you speak what you want, it anchors it in a different way in your mind, your heart. Those in the 100-day experience, we're actually doing a challenge activity where you're going to be applying the ancient secrets to this throughout the period of time. You'll be setting up consultations where you can meet with someone about how to apply the ancient secrets to that thing. I want to, before I end this call, I just have to thank again the amazing support, letting love guide like Cornelia, like Carol, like Jana, like Monica, like Linda Rousseau, like so many of the whole team, so many people I haven't mentioned, Mindy and Jenny and everyone, Mara, who's organizing the translations, and everyone, Luke, who just spoke, guiding the project to help the homeless. There's so many opportunities to let love guide you. What I want is help Ryan's vision become true, that we raise more than 2 million for creating an endowment, so that way we can support not only that orphanages, but many from the interest. So it's perpetual. Now, if you have any ideas for that, for corporate or whatever, I want to hear. But regardless, it's not about money. It's about how you give from your heart. Someone that gives $1, awesome. But someone that gives their talent, like Renara, to create musical experiences that then she can channel that towards this exponential thing of love. So during this 100 days, we'll actually have some service opportunities, especially for those who are on scholarship, but anyone can join that. We have our first scholarship call coming up this week. We'll email you about our volunteer service opportunities. But regardless, what do you want? What do you want? So before we go in the breakout rooms, just in tradition of the Ancient Secrets community, just going to have you we'll make it so you can rub your hands together. You can unmute yourself. Love you.
Love you, and I'm with you.
You and I'm with
I'm with you.
And I'm with you.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Love you. Love you, and I'm with
you, and I'm with you.
From Mount Shasta, California.
We're in Australia.
Love you, and I'm with
And
you.
I'm with
Just
you.
hit the bottom. Love you, and I'm with you.
Leaving love.
Love you, and love you. Love you, and I'm with you. Love you, Carol. Love you, and I'm with you.
That is so beautiful. I love that so much. And I saw Andrea come on. She reminded me that if you want to gather in live, the first time this community is ever meeting together live as a group, Sedona, that's the 6th to the 8th of June in the Sacred Spot. You can join, and we'll put the link for you. But right now, what do you want? What do you want? The breakout rooms will start in a moment. You'll have a bunch of people in the breakout room. If you're listening to this as a recording or you're on Facebook, then find someone in your life. Find someone that you can ask this question to. When you ask this question, it's one of the most priceless gifts you can give anyone. And then give a chance for you to answer it yourself. And you can stay in the breakout rooms for as long as you want. I'm wishing that you have a magical Sunday, wishing you vibrant health, unlimited energy, and peace of mind. And looking forward to see you on this upcoming week, any of the bonus calls, and next Sunday for those who are coming on Sunday call. And I love you. I'm with you. Namaskar.